Feature presentation. And now, feature presentation. Presentation. And now,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for showing an interest in the consultant's flower garden. We would like to surprise you all, but we also feel that you may be disappointed, so the demonstration showing on the screen now is roughly what is going to happen.
The Fitness Gram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test.
This will be set in time to some music to create the proper mood for the consultant's flower garden.
Do you want some? I'll give you.
Hello, my fellow brain enthusiasts. Welcome back. We straight gassing, cutting straight to the bricks. Haha. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Hello, my fellow brain enthusiasts. Welcome back to another episode of our show. I'm gonna play my years of eating and watching food. I've never seen anything like this. But you ain't. Today, we're diving headfirst into the deliciously bizarre world of Chinese street food. And what's on the menu? Man, big brains, my friends. Yes, you heard that right, brains. Look at this, folks. Our fearless chef, Mr. Wu, is slapping those brains around like they owe him money. Xiao Hong Shoot! I, as a sane person, am afraid of women, specifically speaking to and approaching them. As such, I'd like some tips to help me avoid prolonged conversations with members of the opposite sex. I'd like to avoid all interaction, but I know that I'd at some point need to ask and or answer questions. And interaction equals working in this job. So I will find a plan to help me isolate myself as best as possible, while still keeping my grades up from women. I cannot have more than 5 lines of dialogue each in a one-on-one conversation with girls. Now, this only is targeted to fellow students, so faculty members, etc. don't count. Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Music play model, the radio model, aux input model. You have a call. You have a call 0, 7, 3, 0, 5, 6, 3, 6, 1, 1. You have a call. Battery is low. Please recharge in time. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is...
Well, I guess it's official. We're now on Facebook. I really wasn't sure about this at the start. But then a friend of mine said something that just made all kinds of sense. She said, think of it more as a conversation. I like that. When I think about things I want to post, I want to post cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff. But most of the stuff I'm going to post is going to be raw stuff like this. Because it's just who I am. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin.
I can hear you. And they can too. Got something for you.
Go ahead and start that other song. I gotta do here. Got a little story to tell you. You know, I didn't do this by myself. There's always somebody behind the scenes that's always helping me, the unknown soldier, you know. For 33 years of rodeo. And in 1962, a little boy was born, and his dream and his goal was to own a monkey. This is my dream. I am a clown. I am a player. I do not live by rules. I make them. I do not chase my dreams. I hurdle them. I do not search for destiny. I hold it.
bloody knife.
To give you an idea how tired I am of a closing library, in other words, restricted hours. If I knew, sorry for my eyes blinking, the light's so bright. If I knew that there was a 24-hour cafes, an internet, if I knew in California there was 24-hour internet cafes, you sit down, you have to buy a bottle of pop. If or just a couple dollars here and there. If I knew there was a 24-hour internet cafe in California, I would take off for California today. That gives you any idea how sick I am on restricted or closing hours. I'm damn sick of closing hours or restricted. I'm a computer junkie. You don't take a computer junkie and restrict them. That's a no-no. That's why when I do get my own Wi-Fi, I'm going to pay my internet bill 2 years in advance. I was at zero internet service in 2006, and I'm going back with them because they had a plan that you can pay 2 years in advance. And I'm going to have my internet bill, broadband, paid 2 years in advance. Because I'm sick and tired of restrictions. In other words, closing hours. So right now, if I only knew there was 24-hour internet cafe in California, I guess I could do a powerful Google search engine search on it. But, if I could
You on the Geek or Pause California share. Okay, cheers.
It's nice and smooth. I really like this flavor a lot. I really like the flavor. It tastes like sour candy. I really like this a lot.
Let me see if I can taste the chairs.
Hello, today we're going to go through the top 25
nice
of my most favorite plastic chairs. 25, this chair made by Rubbermaid. 24, this chair made by Rubbermaid.
It's nice
23,
and sour.
this 1986 Jordan resin chair. 22, the Graceful Fiji High
Sour apple
21,
ice.
this high back chair made by
Okay,
Creeb.
sure. It tastes
20,
like
this
sour
Gold Western
candy.
Teresa Club chair.
Like hard
19,
sour
Siren
candy.
Coat Tobago chair.
That's what it's
18,
nice and
this
smooth.
1986 Pro Garden chair. 17, Graceful Specific fan back.
The flavor is
16,
really
the
good.
Longwear high back fan back chair. 15, this chair made
I
by
really
the
like
Taiwan
these
Lounge
flavors
chair
a lot.
company.
They're
14,
really
the
good
Sierra
flavors.
United fan back chair.
Thank you
13,
for
the
watching. I really like this.
Fucked up in the crib, sipping like the perky. Fucked up in the crib, eating okie dokie. Fucked up in the crib, sipping on the ball. Fucked up in the crib, eating cat cars. Fucked up in the crib, playing weed. Fucked up in the crib, eating trees. Fucked up in the crib, and I'm playing home. Fucked up in the crib, going dumb. Fucked up in the crib, eating deep fried. Crispy rice, fucked up in the crib, when I hear traffic, the sound of traffic here on 6th Avenue, I don't have the feeling that anyone is talking. I have the feeling that sound is acting. And I love the activity of sound. What it does is it gets louder and quieter, and it gets higher and lower, and it gets longer and shorter. It does all those things which I'm completely satisfied with that. I don't need sound to talk to me.
How do you rate it? Better or worse than it was for earlier generations? I've sat in on a lot of arguments about that, and I'll bet you have too. But they never reach an agreed verdict. And they could they? Our verdict depends on too many personal variables. And the biggest, of course, is age. If you're young, you've nothing to compare the present with. If you're in the home stretch like me, you're bound to be biased by nostalgia. Days when life was exciting new adventures.
distant city where the battery envoys slave away in their high-rise office blocks. Up here, and alone, I can get away from the world to reflective silence, my favorite medicine for the spirit, or a bit of sweet music. Let's see. 8 minutes. Not bad, I suppose, but these 8 minutes can't be lived again. Do you know, that's a thought that would never have occurred to me at 20, The news again. We get it so often nowadays. It's a drug as potent as porn. Don't you miss the old variety too? Boots, that reminds me. Out the minute.
Future's now, old man.
Get set. Riding on the internet. Cyberspace set free. Virtual reality. Interactive appetite. Searching for a website. Interactive appetite. Interactive appetite. Search interactive appetite. Search for a website. A window 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 to the world to get online. Take a spin. Now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
AI, OpenAI, AI supercomputer, generative AI, AI factory, generative AI, AI state-of-the-art OpenAI.
I can't stop drinking oil. I can't stop drinking oil. I just can't stop. I can't stop drinking oil. You know the black stuff that comes in barrels? I can't stop drinking it. I just can't. It's tantalizing. It's addicting. It is a delicacy. I love it. I can't stop drinking oil. Crude oil. I can't stop guzzling it. Dipping it down. I can't stop drinking crude
Vertex AI, AI services that are Microsoft.
oil. I can't stop drinking oil. I just can't stop. I can't stop drinking crude oil. You know the black stuff that comes in barrels? I can't stop drinking it. I just can't. It's tantalizing. It's addicting. It is a delicacy. I love it. I can't stop drinking oil. Crude oil. I can't stop guzzling it. Gulping it down. I can't stop drinking crude
AI database.
oil. I can't stop drinking oil. Can't stop. I can't stop drinking crude oil. Black stuff that comes in barrels. I can't stop drinking it. I just can't. It's tantalizing. It's addicting. It's a delicacy. I love it. I can't stop drinking crude oil. I can't stop gulping it down. I can't stop. I can't stop. Oil. I can't stop oil. I just can't stop drinking crude oil. The black stuff comes in barrels. I just can't. It's tantalizing. It's addicting. It's delicacy. I love it. Crude oil. Can't stop drinking crude oil. Can't stop drinking oil. Can't stop drinking oil. Can't stop. I can't stop drinking crude oil. Black stuff. I can't stop drinking oil. It's tantalizing. It's addicting. It's delicacy.
Well, never. We're just a great conversation now. We do so. Of course not. Just a bunch of ones and zeros on a computer somewhere.
Microsoft AI accelerated AI-enabled digitalization. New generative AI is largely model for healthcare. AI, NVIDIA AI Foundry, they're using NVIDIA AI Foundry, NVIDIA AI Foundry.
All in which you live and what came. 新たな思いにやってくるから沈んでいくんじゃねえか。沈んだままだろ君は。起き上がらなきゃ。大丈夫。なぜなら君は太陽だから。
So the most important thing you gotta remember is, okay, so some people were, they were doing some stuff, and then other people were like, hey, don't do that stuff, and then other people were like, hey, yeah, they should do, that stuff. It's good that they're doing that stuff, and then the other people were like, I don't think they should be doing that stuff, and then the do it. So things are like, what I'm trying to say is that, in conclusion, I have no idea.